Hello and welcome to video number 4. So today's video we will be lying flat on the mat, which is our supine position. So this exercise is for everybody. So again, a build up to the actual specific exercise, which is called the dead bug. So you'll see why once we are doing the exercise, why it's called the dead bug. Like yesterday's video, the Superman, it represents what it's called. So we're going to start by coming down onto the mat, and again we're going to start with different variations to build up to it. This exercise is all about coordination and core control. So coming down nice and flat onto the mat. Now to begin with here, we're going to come into our tuck and tilt, so hands are going to be down by the side. As we inhale through the nose, you're going to tuck that tailbone under, flattening that back towards the floor. As we exhale, release back into a neutral C curve. So imagining that gap in between the back and the mat, inhale to tuck, noticing how it feels as you tuck under, and then exhale to release. And a few more times here as we tuck that tailbone under, flattening that back fully towards the floor, and then release. Now last time here as we inhale to tuck, and we're going to keep that tuck in that position. So all the way through this position, we want to be very mindful of our lower back situation. So we want it to be nicely tucked under, pressed down in towards the floor. This allows the core to get stronger and stronger throughout these exercises. So we're going to start by keeping that tuck, taking one of your legs into your tabletop position. So a nice bent knee, 90-degree angle with the knee directly over that hip. Opposite arm is now going to extend up above the shoulder, with your thumb facing the back of the room and the fingertips nice and long. So first variation here to get started, again keeping that tailbone tucked under. Exhaling, we're going to lengthen the leg and lengthen that arm to the furthest point you can go, and then inhale, we're going to release back up. Now with this, as we exhale to lengthen, inhale to lift. So just keep going like this, taking your time. Focusing on keeping that tailbone tucked under. Sometimes we need to build up the strength in the core to allow us to drop the leg nice and low towards the ground without jeopardizing that C curve in the spine. We want to keep that curve nice and flat. Last time like this. Amazing work. Keeping that leg lifted, taking the other arm up now. This arm we've just extended stays exactly where it is, and we're going to continue moving through that leg and arm that we did in that first set. So before we start, we tuck under, press that back down, keeping that hand we've just lifted still, exhaling, lengthening that arm and leg, and then draw it back to the beginning. Exhaling as we lengthen through the leg, the arm comes back, the leg goes long, and then draw it back to the beginning again. Amazing stuff. A few more like this. This time, we're making sure that we're using that coordination. That arm stays very nice and still. Believe it or not, this does take a while to get. If you've never done this exercise before, you'll soon find out once you join me. Amazing. Last time, and rest in here. Now to make it that little bit more difficult now, lift that other leg into tabletop. Now remembering we're working the arm and the leg that we have done throughout this series right now. So tuck that tailbone under again. Same leg, same arm as we lengthen back. Keeping that other knee and arm nice and still. Now this variation might be too difficult for you to begin with. Something for you to try. If you feel any burning sensations in the lower back, then simply bring that foot back down. Repeat the exercises in the first and second round until we build that strength. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful work. Last time. Amazing work. Drop both the arms down and then take both of those legs back down. Perfect. So there's 3 different variations there. We're going to do it on the opposite side as well. And then we're going to finish with the 4th variation, which is the actual dead bug. Lifting the other leg into tabletop. Noticing that my toes are slightly pointed. Taking the opposite arm up. thumb facing the back of the room. As we exhale, lengthen arm and leg. Inhale, draw it back. Being mindful of that back, we're keeping it nice and flat. Cores engaged completely. Sometimes I say to people, take the hands onto the tummy so we can feel the activation. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, back up. 2 more. 2. Final time. And lift. Taking up the other arm now, keeping that arm nice and still. Continue with that same exercise. Inhale and exhaling all the way through. Focusing on keeping that arm nicely lifted, nice and straight, fingertips nice and long. 2. And final time. Lovely work, well done. Take that leg into tabletop 2. Same arm and opposite arm to opposite leg, but we're working with that same side now. So as we lengthen and draw it back. Noticing the difference here in this exercise. It's harder to keep that back nice and flat. Coordination is key. Really using that mind in this exercise as well. Last time. And lift. Now staying in this position, dead bug time. So this position, opposite leg to opposite arm, and you're going to alternate from side to side. So as we inhale to prepare, tuck under. Exhale, lengthen. And inhale, draw back, other side. Exhale. And inhale, well done. And lift. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. And final time. And lift. Wrap those hands around those knees. Gently pull those knees in towards the chest. Nice big deep inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, release those legs into tabletop, hands come behind, lift the bum to bring you into your seated position. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. So that is your dead bug. I hope you enjoyed, and we've got one more video to come for tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you then.